And welcome back to Rivers State. We're in Paul, the headquarters of Gokana local government area, and a continued coverage of the Rivers rerun election right here on Channels Television. Interesting scenario playing out here in Paul. Of course, you can see people waiting, voters expecting that the voting exercise will commence any moment from now. It's about 6 hours into the start time of this election. But some of these people that you see here are still waiting for materials. Few minutes ago, you did hear from the SPO saying the election will commence, and he told us that the materials have arrived. But lo and behold, has the material have arrived? Has the materials arrived here? No. I wonder what, because he just left here a few minutes ago, and one is wondering what exactly the problem is. Very elderly people here, people in the 60s and in the 70s, they are... Okay, those are gunshots that we can hear from a distance from here, a few minutes away, heavy sounds of gun that we can hear. We just hope that all is okay right around here in Paul, in Gokana, in Ogoni land. Let's give you a sense of what has happened in some other areas. One other area, a lot of people will want to know what exactly has happened and how it's gone down in that area. That area is Eche local government area. We've heard from my colleague Eyitokwe Kuteyi what happened in LML local government, Obiakwa local government, and Port Harcourt, some part of the city and the capital of Rivers State. Let's get a sense of what has happened in Eche, in Tai, and in some other areas. Emmanuel Ereyi, my colleague, Channels Television correspondent, is joining me again. Many thanks, Emmanuel. It's been a long day. All right.
Good to see you.
Okay. Well done.
Back to the trenches.
Where did you cover, and how did it go?
Just like you said, Eche had been a boiling point. Eche was one of the local government areas that had its elections cancelled completely due to reports of violence. Okay. So it became a flashpoint, a place to watch. And you knew how we bantered about going to Eche, making sure we had our fingers on point in Eche. Yeah. Well, as we proceeded on that journey, we noticed that security, there were lots of security presence
on your way.
Yes, on our way, but you have to pass through a town called Igbo Eche. Okay. And it was interesting to stop by at a place called Aba Road in Igbo Eche. And what we found out there was that some political party agents were busy arguing amongst themselves about the absence or the presence of the result sheets. And they said a young man who was holding the result sheet was under police custody. Of course, we saw policemen and security operatives there making sure that things did not get out of hand. And, you know, because we had a journey, we had a mission to get to Eche, we had to move away from there. But we took a look at a few of the other polling units we came by, and there was relatively peaceful.
One other incident that, of course, we both witnessed is that happened with the man whom the military guys caught with multiple voter cards. What exactly was the explanation of this young man?
Well, in the mix of things, I'm sure a number of persons would not have given that attention. People were getting ready to get into the voting process. But this was a young man that a military officer caught with 3 voter cards in his possession with his name.
On all the three?
On all 3.
Interesting
so
scenario.
Him, how come this story? How did you come about these 3 cards? He said they were issued to him.
By INEC?
By INEC.
At different points?
At different points. I said, have you been voting with this guy? I said, no, just one. So why did you decide to bring the 3 of them today? He said he just brought them, but he was going to vote with one.
Let me allow you continue with your Eche story. Yes. Any major incident in Eche?
Okay, let's skip the other ones and go straight to the headquarters of INEC in Eche. We wanted to get there. We knew that is where a lot of the electoral materials will be moving to the different racks, and of course is a major center in the Rivers East Senatorial District. And when we got there, it was as if we had missed a little bit of the action. Something had just happened before we got there. They said suspected political thugs invaded the place, took away electoral materials. We saw some glasses smashed already. We saw
shattered glasses.
We saw the tables and the plastic cans.
Disrupted environment.
Destroyed. But we also saw heavy presence of security operatives to ensure that nothing went wrong. But the interesting thing is that it became a banter between the APC and representatives of the PDP. The PDP allege that the suspected thugs were not suspected thugs. In fact, when I was trying to do a pixocam, they corrected me. Don't say suspected political thugs. These are APC thugs. And the APC agents, of course, cut in to say, look, those were PDP thugs. We are peaceful people. And, you know, Eche is one place we hope that the elections will not be repeated.
All right, that's for Eche. Tai is another area. You know, the incident in Tai, the court's case, the judgment in Tai, and what has become of that area. What information do you have of Tai local government area?
You know, Seun, when you cover election stories, you want to be careful because all kinds of reports fly about. On our way, Tai looked okay. Polling centers we saw looked okay. But you know, Tai had been at the center of a certain controversy emanating from a judgment, December 6th, by Justice Lehman. Now, both parties have interpreted that judgment to
differently.
Differently.
Purposes.
But what INEC insists on is that nothing in that judgment says elections should be reconducted in Tai, but to be concluded. So they went ahead to conclude elections. So whatever is going on in Tai is to conclude an election that has probably gone beyond halfway.
Let's listen to some of the people that Emmanuel Ereyi interviewed in Eche local government area. This is what they had to say about the situation on the ground over there.
The agent of APC, Kenwala.
So far, what have you noticed?
For now, the distribution are going peacefully, and there is no cause for alarm. And once the presiding officers and the corpers to finish their arrangements, and they will signal us to start accreditation. And the way I'm seeing the atmosphere, I'm believing God that there will be no problem.
We're waiting for the election property to come. Actually, the area is cool and calm. We advise our people to stay calm and we'll do the election free and fair, and no problem in this area. It's Igbo 1 or 3 in 3.
Thank you. As we got into Gokana, got into Pasco.
All right, welcome back, and that's it. Some of the views of those Emmanuel Ereyi spoke with in Eche local government area, a supposed flashpoint that you will want to know about in this rerun election. There are about 7 local government areas that are major, considered to have a full conduct in this election. You will want to know what is happening in Gokana. You will want to know what is happening in Kana. You will want to also know what is happening in Asari Toro, and of course in areas like Eche and areas like Tai and some other local government areas. Those are major local government areas in this rerun that attention is on. For the crew that went to Eche, which was led by Emmanuel Ereyi, what other observation do you have of the process of the exercise so far?
So maybe it may be too early to call, but I would say that from observation, it looks like the conduct of this election had been, don't say conduct because I will not speak for INEC, but from what we see, it looks like it's a bit better than what had been.
It's calmer.
Yes, it's calmer.
Yeah.
The enthusiasm of the people is still there. People really want to vote.
But one cannot take away some of the lapses we've seen on the side of INEC today. We've seen lapses in terms of the deployment of materials, just as we can see here right now. these people are not voting. And you want to know what exactly has happened. Ballot papers are not yet here. Without the ballot papers, no voting. So they're ready, they're eager, they're anxious, they're anticipating, but unfortunately, they cannot get on with the voting. On your way back here, if you get back to the story that we're following, on your way back, what is your experience like in terms of the kind of agitation that we saw and some irate youth? You also saw some of these instances, and was your own story different?
No, well, I think I just picked it up from where left off, because I saw that sort of commotion when we entered Gokana. But I would say again that you had lots of security presence.
Okay.
But you could see that at some point, some persons attempted to run away from the scene. We couldn't ascertain exactly what was the problem, but before our cameraman could take his camera up to take a shot, a security operative had to shouted him down, warned him not to try that again, held on to his gun. So I told him, look, just stay calm, but these are some of the things that we had seen. Just like you reported, in some other areas we saw that electoral materials had not gotten there. Some arrived pretty late. These are some lapses we thought that the electoral body would have taken care of, especially when you consider the fact that 2 major elections have just been concluded, talking about Edo and Ondo. So you expect that lessons have been learned, whether it's about the card reader, the arrival of electoral materials. You just do not want to continue. You don't want to begin to sound like a broken.
All right, because some of the reports that we're getting, for example, in Kana local government area, there are reports that material in some words had been hijacked by suspected men in uniform and had been carted away. Those are some of the other reports that we're getting.
There was something that slipped off when I was speaking. I think that needs to be confirmed, because I called the PPR, the police public relations officer, to take a look at that and get back to us. There were allegations that a police officer was shot, during the altercation
that's in Kana.
In Eche.
In Eche.
Yes, and that is something that the police authorities will need to confirm. I've spoken to the PPRO. I expect him to get back to us.
Part of some of your interviews, let's take a listen to them now from Eche. Very eventful day in that local government area. Of course, as a way of monitoring and covering for you, we are your eyes there, and take a listen to these views.
Sustenance and good positive development. My name is Wilfred Anele, and I have been sent to this place to cover this election. But what happened is that the APC and PDP people, to start with, the PDP people are the people that are causing the problem. Naturally,